To me, honestly, I didn't expect to be valedictorian. I thought I was just a normal student going to high school, doing my work, and I never expected to get this title. But I feel like I'm carrying the name of Mount Vernon High School on my shoulders because, in general, Mount Vernon is one of the lowest um, income communities, and I feel like Mount Vernon is overlooked by a lot of cities around us. And I feel like being a valedictorian and proving that we have very high standards and high grades too, that shows that we are not, we shouldn't be overlooked. We are the top of the top, and we can still compete with like even Harvard students, Ivy Leagues. We are still up there, and we can get into these schools. I went into the full IB diploma program, which meant all my classes were IB classes. That included IB English, IB Math, IB Spanish, IB Science, IB History, like all of the above. And that was like a rigorous like course schedule because almost day and night I had to be working, completing these assignments, and up into the end, it was a 2 year program, so I had to take these courses for 2 years. And the final exam, well, not really the final exam, the IB exam, which is equivalent to the AP exams, they were really tough. And but in the end, I was able to get through it, and I believe IB alone was the reason I was able to get into this valedictorian title. Well, academically, let's start at the start of my life. I didn't really enjoy school as much, and I was like academically a bad student in like elementary school and middle school. I didn't really have the best grades. Then I guess around COVID, going into high school, I my grades just shot up. I started trying, and that actually pushed me to the IB course because I did not want to join the IB diploma program because I kept seeing these students who took the course. They didn't get to leave school early. Normally, when you're a senior in high school, you get to have like early dismissal and stuff. You get to leave by like sixth period, go home at like 1 o'clock or before lunch. And I felt like I wanted that, but I guess things changed, and I ended up joining this diploma program. It depends on the college you go to for IB credit because most colleges only take IB credits that are above. So it's on a scale of 1 to 7. So most colleges take up only above a 5. Mount Vernon actually provided us with this Smart Scholars program partnered with Mercy College. It's because since the IB courses are college level courses, Mercy College felt like they could give us like we're basically Mercy students. So I think that applied to history, English, Spanish, and math. And when I joined that program, you only had to pass the class to actually get these credits. So I ended up getting these credits, and it's kind of the same IB credit. It depends on the school if they decide to accept Mercy college credit, but if they do, that ends up saving me. Let's say I have a major that requires Spanish or history, I get to skip 1 year, my first year of English or Spanish, due to these Mercy credits. In terms of extracurriculars, I didn't really start until like my sophomore year of high school, and my first extracurricular was joining Junior Achievement. We did this high school heroes program where it was a trip to elementary schools around Mount Vernon, and we had to teach these elementary students about finance and how to manage their money, which was an experience. So it was basically being a teacher for a day for these students and teaching them to prepare them how to manage money in the future. And I actually did that like 6 times. So we went to 6 different schools, taught 6 different classes, and I ended up joining the Junior Achievement Ambassador panel. So I got to be a part of their group, become an ambassador, and it also came with some scholarship money, which I'm thankful for. Aside from that, I decided to join student council at my school. It was just an extra thing. I feel like it would be fun. I did a lot of stuff in student council, mostly managing the posters, creating posters, and recently I almost single-handedly managed the Mount Vernon High School apparel to raise money, which we decided to do seniors um, We Fear Nothing on our shirts, and that should be coming in soon. Then another extracurricular activity I did was National Honor Society, and this was a big one because I was actually following in the footsteps of my brother who was valedictorian, and since he did National Honor Society and he convinced me that it would be better for college, I decided to join, and it was the right choice because we did all of these programs and events. Like Career Day was a major part of National Honor Society, and we had professionals in their own respective fields, and we followed them. We showed them around the school, and they presented their career to these students. I shadowed a aviation professional who flew planes every day, and he presented his career to multiple classes, and it's really inspiring because, again, Mount Vernon is part of the lower side of the income gap, and presenting these careers that almost seem like out of reach to these students just inspires Mount Vernon students that they can reach the highest, they can be what they want. They don't have to limit themselves. Junior achievement counts as community service, so that was 10 hours per session. So that's 6 sessions I did, that's almost 60 hours. But aside from that, sometimes I would stay after school, help with student council, of course, and sometimes if the opportunity came up, I would go to the shelters, or it wasn't really me. I think I was invited to, and I just, tagged along to help these people. And sometimes I think it was part of my assignment that we had to create a poster and bring awareness to certain issues in the community. In the future, I plan to actually come back and give back to the community to show that we are basically a family here in Mount Vernon, and it's actually connected to my major because I plan to go into this technology field. So I plan to come back, improve the technology purpose of the school, maybe even create a system where everything's more smooth. Outside of school, I'm generally a person who likes to hang out, go outside, go shopping, but I also talk to my friends a lot on the phone. Like every other day, I'm on the phone. Even though it's outside of school, I'm still helping them complete their assignments if they ever needed help. There was this one time my friend was panicking that she couldn't complete her assignments, the due date was coming, and we were able to manage through, and she was able to complete everything and got 100 on her assignments. From the top of my head, Stony Brook, Brockport, almost all the CUNYs. I think that's basically it because I didn't really apply to much colleges. I actually had high hopes for the Ivy League, so I applied to some Ivy Leagues. I did apply to NYU, and they put me on a wait list, so that's something to look forward to in the future. And as of now, I am committing to Stony Brook University, where I think I'll spend the next 4 years of my life. I plan to pursue computer science, and that's basically because of my history with technology in the past. I always been working on computers, helping friends with their technological problems. It's like when you help your grandma plug in one cord to the TV and she praises you. It's like that. But I don't want to do computer science completely. When choosing my major, I wanted to do a balance between computer science and medical. So in the middle of my 4 years or something, I hope to lean towards bioengineering, which I believe is like a mix between computer science and medical, which satisfies both of my interests. I guess I will try to improve existing machines that are used for medical research, um, and I will try to invent something new, to help improve, let's say, the diagnostics process of medical. Like when you go into a hospital, sometimes it's really hard or it takes a while for you to get your diagnosis. And I believe improving the technology side of the medical field would help just make that process way faster, which can ultimately help save a lot of lives if they know their disease. From Stony Brook, I received their presidential scholarship, which offers me 1,000 per year, and although that doesn't seem a lot, the overall Stony Brook tuition is not that high, so it really helps a lot. Aside from that, I also did apply to this scholarship slash mentor program called Campus Bound Scholars, where I got in, and they gave me about $300 for dorm supplies and everything, and the mentor comes with that, so the mentor will be with me for almost the whole time I'm in college, and if I have any problems with academics or especially the housing problem, because you're going to be living on your own, and that's a whole process. Aside from that, I applied to a lot of other scholarships, but um, they're not going to tell me until senior awards night because I guess it's a surprise. I would say don't let others' opinion define who you are. If somebody calls you a disappointment, don't take it to heart. It's you who defines yourself, and you can't let others' opinions get to you. Like they define your own self worth because yourself is you're great. You can do whatever you want, and you should be the one determining if you're a disappointment or not, or if you can achieve for presidency, the next Elon Musk, the next Bill Gates. It's up to you.
Okay, so being salutatorian, it doesn't necessarily mean that I achieve a lot academically for me, but for me it means that as a immigrant, a Jamaican immigrant, it means that you could come to any place and still set the standards. You could still be a leader. You could still be an inspiration. You could still be an academic weapon. So it just means that I get to set a certain standards for my peers, and they could just follow in my footsteps, and we could be the face of the school, and just to let people know that it doesn't matter if you leave from somewhere, you have to start your life over. It means that you can be anything. You can still be a top achiever. Doesn't mean that you have to come here and let others overshadow you. So I've been a part of the IB program, just like Eric. It is a college classes, and for the past 2 years, the IB program it has been hard. It really has been hard, but um, I'll say it has helped my grades like tremendously, because it does add a few extra percentage to your grades. But other than that, I've taken the standard courses, and nevertheless, I've achieved um, over the standards, the grades, the 90s, the hundreds. I took honors classes in 10th grade, which led me to IB. So I've been a part of school beautification projects, which I've done a mood board, and I've done a mural, which was my senior project. Um, I have done I've been involved in a open house where students that were transitioning from 8th grade to 9th grade got the opportunity to come to the high school and like view some of the programs that we offer. I've been a part of junior achievement also. I did it 10th grade and 11th grade. Well, I'm the senior class president also, so that has been, my whole thing for the 12th grade year. I organized a fundraising event called Verses and Vibes where we gave students a platform to just come in and perform their talents and got to just speak their truth, and where we raised over $1,000 for our senior class. We also organized sip and paints for families to come in and just enjoy the ambience of the school and just chill. So I'm the ambassador for a after-school program by the Youth Bureau called Safe Place for Our Girls, where I'm usually at after school, and I'm also the youth culture person for a citywide initiative in collaboration with Cities United, and I'm also a mentee for a Her Honor program sponsored by Judge Judy, and that has helped me tremendously for my senior year. Shout out to my mentor, Carrie. I really love her. I've also done an interview for the New York Times on oh my gosh, I can't remember the overruling on affirmative action. Yes, I've done an interview on that, and I've mentioned that I'm the ambassador for the Youth Bureau and the co-chairperson for Cities United. And I've done a after-school program in 10th grade. It was my first ever after-school program in the community, Ready for Life. And I think that really set the standards for me being involved in so many things. I've done a lot of art projects. I've spent most of my senior year and junior year in the art wing. And the last thing that I would say was really impactful for me was my trip to Albany with students inside Albany, led by the League of Women Voters. That really set like the standards for my career path, and I'm actually doing another community service thing in partnership with Congressman Bowman. We are collabing for a student voter registration drive. Outside of school, you heard me do paintings. I really love painting. I write a lot. I'm a poet, and I will be. Right now, I'm writing my book called A Collection of My Thoughts and Feelings. It's a poetry book, so look out for that. And I like to spend time with my friends. I enjoy sleeping because I am tired a lot. And I love listening to music. Music is just my safe haven. So I've been accepted to Hampton University, College of Mount St. Vincent, Pace University, American University, Howard University, where I'll be attending this fall, St. John's, Purchase, and many others. I can't remember them all. I plan on studying political science, and I will be pursuing a career in political law and also like the general political field. I want to venture into political consultant, activism. I want to be a senator. I want to be a judge. I want to do it all. Howard offered me a presidential scholarship, which entails $20,000 for each year that I attend school. I also got a Barbara Simpson Award scholarship, a Zeno scholarship from Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, a Delta scholarship from Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and many others I can't remember. Okay, I would say for the past, when I first started Mount Vernon High School, I was fresh off the boat, they would say, just coming in from Jamaica in COVID, so I started online. I was very shy, I was very awkward, and I hated it. I hated being here, and something that I kept saying to myself that I can't wait for high school to be over because I can't believe I have to start over. I have to start high school again. I have no friends and I want to go back and I'll never be who I was back home. But looking back, I never expected to be the class president, the salutatorian. I never expected to be so involved with my school and my peers and my community. I never expected to even be collabing with Congressman Bowman, because that's a very big thing. So I would just say to anybody, don't speak negativity over your life, because you never know what would take place. If I was supposed to come 10th grade and still say the same thing in the building, I hate it here. If I'm supposed to do that 11th grade, I hate it here, I want to go back, I want to go back. I would have never been the British that I am today. And for that, I will never ever speak negativity over my life. And I'll always speak only positive things and put positive things into action. So I'll be one of the greats, I guess.